Hey, are you gentlemen fans of Bernie Sanders?
Yes.
Go fuck yourself.
How about you don't touch my microphone? Here, how about you don't touch the microphone, pal?
Infowars.
Huh? Yeah, it's Infowars. What's the problem?
Oh, it's Infowars.
Yeah, it's Infowars. That's just asking you how you feel about Bernie Sanders.
Oh.
Well, I'm sorry you dropped your Coke. But you shouldn't grab the microphone. Anyways, huh? At least it's not tap water. It's fine. He doesn't really look like he needs the extra sugar in there, but hey, I'm not in for policing people's decisions.
At least it's not tap water.
This is Jake Lloyd reporting for Infowars.com. I'm here in downtown Austin with Ashton Whitty. We're at South by Southwest, or South by SJW as we've called it in the past. We're going to go talk to some of the primarily liberal people out here because Bernie Sanders is in town with Jake Tapper. CNN, fake news CNN, and socialist Bernie Sanders are both in town today. So we're going to go talk to them, ask them some questions, see if we can get some communists to give us their take on the state of American affairs.
Hi, are you a fan of Bernie Sanders?
Yeah.
Why do you like Bernie Sanders?
I don't know. I think he's just an authentic politician, and I love his message.
So if Bernie Sanders were president instead of, say, Donald Trump, how do you think the country would be?
Great.
Exactly how?
I think that we'd all be better off. We'd have better health care. We'd all believe in our government. We'd all believe in our democracy. So, yeah.
Well, he identifies himself as a democratic socialist. Venezuela is also democratic socialist, and people are now eating rats. So do you think that would be a better state for our country?
I don't want to talk to you anymore. You look like a Russian infiltrator.
Hear that, guys? I'm Russian.
Fan of Bernie Sanders?
Absolutely.
Why is that?
He's for the people.
Is he for the people?
He's for the people, yes.
Which people is he for, though?
The working class people.
How?
How is he?
Yeah. Well, so I imagine that you support democratic socialism then, right?
Yes.
Why?
Why is that? I just think that there are a lot of problems in the country that have not been addressed.
Are you a fan of Hugo Chavez?
Am I a fan of Hugo Chavez? I wouldn't say that I am.
Because Hugo Chavez was a democratic socialist. That's what he was, and now he died in 2013. Now Nicolas Maduro's in charge. Jeremy Corbyn, Bernie Sanders, they're all supportive of Hugo Chavez when everything's going well, but then his social programs start to collapse under their own weight, and now there's record poverty, record homelessness, record starvation, and now we don't. It's kind of silent from Jeremy Corbyn and the rest of the people who supported him.
I'm left of where we are right now. I'm not going to be.
But why is that, though? It seems like the further left we go, the worse things get.
Oh, really? I mean, there's a lot of people who are not getting paid enough in this economy. I mean, there's too much of a disparity in the wealth, in my opinion.
Why is disparity of wealth an inherently bad thing?
Too many people suffer. I mean, I came from the means myself, and there's a lot of people who suffer, and a lot of people who can get away with crime.
But under a situation like democratic socialism, we all suffer together, equally.
So America has degrees like women's studies, gender studies, and if everybody got a degree in that instead of, say, STEM, because not all of these kids are going into STEM or law or becoming doctors, that's a huge issue. So if these kids go and get a degree in that, it essentially kind of pushes them back a few years to the point where they could have been working a blue-collar job and straight on making money. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, I think it's not a linear thing, but it's also not you can do both things, and we really don't have a choice. The way technology is advancing, in 20 years from now, in my country, for example, 50% of our jobs will be lost if we don't digitalize our skill sets. So I guess if we really want to move towards a more inclusive society, we really don't have a choice. And as a kid, I would love to have more access to STEM fields. A woman, low-income communities should have more access, because that's the only way to really move forward as a whole unit, a society unit.
But if everyone's getting women's gender studies degrees and it's all being paid for our taxpayer money is essentially being wasted when they could have done blue-collar jobs that could have gone straight into vocational school.
Well, I think it's a matter of opportunities. The more opportunities you create, maybe a blue-collar job or a STEM job, you really have to make sure that people have access to opportunities. What they choose to do that's a whole nother story. But you can't limit that from scratch, from the get-go. If you limit that, then I think it's got the wrong perspective, because you're already deciding who gets what kind of opportunities.
Yeah, but then again, you don't own this land. You didn't.
Says who?
Says everybody.
Who owned the land before us? The Indians, right? Or the Native Americans?
Yeah. So
Who owned the land before them?
the animals, which you killed.
We killed the animals?
Yeah, everybody killed animals to eat, but they had a choice to not kill people. We don't have to eat people, so
But the Native Americans killed people.
that's a part of their religion. And of course, that
Killing people is a part of their religion? So it's okay?
No, that was like back in the barbarian days.
That was like 300 years ago.
Yeah, and you believed in enslaving people.
I didn't. No.
You make it sound like
No,
you do.
no. How do I make it sound like I believe in enslaving people? And besides, Europeans only engaged in slavery from about like I would say probably like 1500s on. So whereas everybody else, especially the Arabs and the Africans, were the ones engaging in slavery, not the Europeans. The Europeans were the first ones to end it.
You have to go though. Like, sorry, I really thought this was gonna be like a quick like.
Okay, I mean, it can be quick. I thought we were just talking, but yeah, that's fine. That's fine. If you need to go, then go ahead.
Sorry, I have a meeting to go to. Like.
Okay, by all means.
Sorry.
All right, thank you for talking to us. So, the Native Americans killed people part of their religion because it was barbarian times, and that's okay. But us ending slavery doesn't count for anything. We didn't start slavery, but we just ended it. I don't even know how we got on. I don't know how we got to Native Americans and us not owning the land. Which, I mean, they found graves, like mass graves of like 10,000 people from the barbarian times. So, anyways.
Hi, are you a fan of Bernie Sanders?
Yeah, I am.
What do you like about him?
That he's a socialist.
Why is socialism good?
Are you like, I don't really want to do this. What is this for?
We're asking people why they like Bernie Sanders.
For Infowars?
Yes, we are Infowars.
I think he has a lot of integrity. I like his value system. I like what he stands for.
Exactly what values?
Eating the rich.
Eating the rich. Well, are you aware that Bernie Sanders lives in $3 million homes?
No, I was not aware of that.
Yeah. And are you aware? I'm going to ask you something. So if they're about eating the rich, why do you think so many of the 1% support socialism?
Is that true?
It's very true.
Like who?
Well, for example, you know Venezuela, right?
Heard of it.
A majority of the country is currently eating rats, while their politicians are drinking champagne on a daily basis.
But that's not the 1%.
The 1% of Venezuela.
I'm talking about America.
Well, I'm saying if Bernie Sanders were president, right, and he wanted to bring the same ideas as for socialism into this country,
Yeah.
do you think that we would benefit?
Yeah.
But I just told you Venezuela is eating rats.
But I just want people to have health care, honey. I don't want like.
Well,
Same thing Hugo Chavez.
Oh my god.
When he was taking power in Venezuela.
You people have like worms in your brain, honestly.
I mean, you're the one who can't answer the question.
What question?
The question is why you support socialism. You can have health care without socialism.
I want people to have free health care. That the
Why free?
government pays for.
Why would
I
the government pay for it?
Because I think everyone has a right to have health care.
Why would you say that? The Y2K bug, people think like it didn't happen, the computers didn't shut down. Actually, they did, and because of that, 90% of people are fake. It's the bug.
Oh, really? That's kind of a crazy thing to believe there, pal.
Okay.
This guy believes in Y2K. That's weird. What a wacky dude.
We've taken Brain Force and made it Brain Force Plus. Now with 20% more in the bottle and an even more hardcore formula. You owe it to yourself to get these products. They really have worked for myself, my family. They have 5-star reviews by the thousands. InfoWarsLife.com.